Caitlin Clark, she will be missing Friday's game due to her continued groin injury. And Angel Reese has been suspended for Friday's game after getting assessed a technical foul Wednesday night for pimp slapping Aaliyah Edwards.
So, Angel Reese is sidelined with a suspension, and honestly, the timing could not be worse. She won't even be on the court when the Sky clash with the Fever. And get this, just a few days ago, she was making headlines for criticizing her teammates, only to totally backpedal once everyone reacted. Now, sitting out this huge matchup, that just cranks up the drama and leaves everyone wondering even more. Is this just a rookie mistake that's getting out of hand? Or has Angel already gotten tangled up in the pressure of her own spotlight? Either way, this whole situation just went from bad to worse.
Angel Reese receives her 8th tech, which will prohibit her from playing against the Indiana Fever. And 2, she's in some pretty hot water with her teammates about the Chicago Tribune.
Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner, must have really thought she was onto something huge. From her chair, she cooked up this idea that the WNBA desperately needed drama, and what was her brilliant solution? To basically cram Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky down everyone's throats 5 times in one season. Seriously, forget fresh matchups, forget any variety. It was just reruns on repeat, like the league suddenly became a late-night sitcom marathon. Yeah, sure, it guarantees some headlines, but at what cost? People want organic rivalries, not just recycled storylines. Kathy didn't just schedule games, she scheduled deja vu.
Today, Kathy Engelbert tried to rig the cards in the WNBA's favor by having the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky go head-to-head 5 times this season. Unfortunately for Kathy Engelbert, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese will only be going head-to-head 1 of those 5 times, and that time has come.
The big hook, right? Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. That was supposed to be the rivalry that dragged women's basketball into must-see TV, hyped up like it was the second coming of Ali versus Frazier. But here's the thing, out of 5 heavily promoted games, those 2 have only actually squared off once. Just one time. Clark's groin injury has lingered longer than a Netflix project stuck in development, while Reese just keeps racking up suspensions like their loyalty points. Fans didn't get fireworks, they got reruns. Engelbert promised a rivalry, but honestly, what she delivered feels more like Titanic 2, still sinking.
How did that happen? How did we get here? What she just said, the national championship game. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before Angel Reese walked up to her, did this.
Lads, Angel Reese is currently up to be suspended. She has 7 technical fouls on the season. And if this was last season, in a 44-game season, she would have already been suspended. She would have already been suspended. And it is genuinely one of the funny things about this is that her fans are arguing that none of the techs are warranted. They are all warranted.
So why wasn't Angel Reese on the court Friday night? Simple. She was suspended after pulling off a spinning backhand on Aaliyah Edwards. I mean, it looked like she was trying out for the UFC or something. Forget about boxing out, forget about positioning. Reese just went straight into Mortal Kombat mode. And let's be clear, it wasn't even a regular slap. She threw a backhand, which is like the ultimate sign of disrespect. That's not just a foul. That's centuries of attitude condensed into one quick wrist flick. The WNBA didn't get drama from that. It got a highlight reel straight out of a fight promotion. It definitely got tinged.
Oh snap, she packed her up, bro. She low-key packed her up. It was so sly. Oh shoot. Dang, Angel. Man, this is horrible timing if she get this 8th technical. I think they're gonna give her a technical. Getting suspended for a game after what she said about her team basically being trash and needing new players, man. Yeah, that's a tech. Dang. So she's gonna be suspended. This is all just bad timing, bro. Bad timing.
That's right. Angel Reese didn't use the front of her hand. Angel Reese went with the back of her hand and bow right across Aaliyah Edwards' head.
Naturally, the debate just lit up, right? Was it intentional, malicious, or was Aaliyah just selling a flop? Please. If you blinked, you'd totally miss it. But if you freeze the tape, it's crystal clear. The wind up, the torque, the follow through. That was not some accidental swipe. It was practically a geometry demonstration. Angel's arm literally turned into a compass, sketching a flawless arc straight across Aaliyah's face. That's precision, not coincidence, if you ask me.
But I'm here to tell you, when I picked my phone up and I looked at all of these damn alerts, I say, hold up, wait a minute. It is looking spooky. Angel Reese got suspended. Angel Reese threw her team under the bus. When the hell did this happen?
And listen, give credit where credit's due. Aaliyah Edwards sold it. Down she went, clutching her head like she'd just been struck by Zeus himself. Totally Oscar-worthy. People were acting like she'd been smacked into another timeline. Truth is, Aaliyah probably hasn't taken a slap like that since she was 5 years old, dumping flour all over the kitchen floor. But she sold it. The ref spotted it, and Angel Reese collected her 8th technical of the season, which means, yeah, enjoy that suspension, Angel. But the slap was really just one chapter in the whole Angel Reese drama series. Because when she's not handing out backhands, she's handing out insults. Angel has been running through her own locker room like a roast master at comedy night. Rachel Banham, not a leader. Haley Van Lith, not ready for this league. Courtney Vandersloot, too old and too broken. Kia Nurse, too busy gossiping at half court. Rebecca Allen, shouldn't even be in the league. Angel basically turned Media Day into Mean Girls, Chicago edition. And the coach wasn't safe either. Tyler Marsh, according to Angel, needs to coach harder, as if the man has been sitting on the bench sipping lattes while his team free falls into last place. The Chicago Sky are 9-30, 9 wins, 30 losses. That's not a season, that's a cautionary tale. And yet, Angel's looking around the locker room like she's above it all, demanding greatness while drowning at the bottom of the standings. It's like the fry cook at Burger King demanding a Michelin star because he remembered to salt the fry.
Something for you. Aaliyah Edwards is a lot of bucket.
And then came the moonwalk. 2 days after completely torching her teammates in public, Angel started backtracking faster than a toddler who knows they're about to get grounded. Suddenly, her words were taken out of context. Suddenly, she didn't mean it that way. Oh, and she apologized in private and loves her teammates. Classic PR spin. You could practically hear Billie Jean playing while she moonwalked right out of accountability. After that, Ariel Atkins, who apparently got drafted into the role of Angel's defense attorney, stood up in the locker room and delivered the whole "her crown is heavy" speech. According to Ariel, Angel is just a 23-year-old kid carrying the weight of the world. Heavy is the head, heavy is the crown, and heavy are those 8 technical fouls. Ariel basically turned into a mix of Maya Angelou and Dr. Phil, all in front of a team that's probably already packing for the offseason. Respectful? Sure. Effective? Not even close. Because let's be honest, once you call out teammates by name, there's no walking that back. That wasn't a slip of the tongue. That was a TED Talk. Everyone knows Angel meant it, apology or not. And while Ariel is trying to keep the peace, half the locker room is sitting there like, yeah, but she literally said, my name. That's not a misunderstanding, that's an ambush.
Day. Basically, her entire team feels attacked by her from comments that she made in the Chicago Tribune article. This is what Front Office Sports is reporting. According to the report, Reese said she doesn't believe her teammates Rachel Banham or Haley Van Lith are capable of leading a playoff team. Guard Ariel Atkins is another player on the Sky's roster with WNBA championship experience.
Now, here's the kicker. Executives around the league are quietly saying what fans have been whispering all season. On a real championship team, Angel Reese wouldn't even be the star. She'd be like a 3rd or 4th option. Translation? Not the queen, not the rook, not even the knight. She's more like the bishop. Helpful, sure, but definitely not the centerpiece. And yet, here she is, demanding all-star level reinforcements as if she's carrying the entire league on her back. So now the Sky are just stuck in this weird limbo. They gave Angel the keys, and instead of driving the franchise to relevance, she pretty much crashed the car, blamed the tires, blamed the mechanic, and then even blamed the guy who built the road. Depending on who you ask, Angel Reese is either the villain or the misunderstood hero of this league. The other half just thinks she's delusional, talking way bigger than her resume. But one thing is absolutely certain, she keeps the WNBA in the headlines. Kathy Engelbert wanted drama, and Angel is serving it up like it's Sunday brunch. And Caitlin Clark, the other half of this supposed rivalry,
She's just trying to heal her groin and find some peace while all this chaos unfolds. She's probably sitting at home icing her injury, maybe sipping some tea while Angel Reese is out here smacking people, insulting teammates, and moonwalking through the prep. This rivalry was supposed to be basketball's version of Ali versus Frazier. Instead, it's turned into a full-blown soap opera, with injuries, suspensions, and locker room drama overshadowing absolutely everything.
Guys, Angel Reese roasted the Chicago Sky as a whole, as an organization, as a staff, a collective, and a crew, so bad to the point where it actually gave them some motivation in tonight's.
Yeah.
So here we are, a rivalry without the actual rivalry. A star who totally thinks she's the franchise savior but can't even save her own locker room. A team that's 9-30 with way more drama than victories. And a commissioner who thought this matchup would save the league, only to watch it collapse into a full-on comedy show. Honestly, the Chicago Sky don't need better players. They need a therapist. And here's the thing about this so-called team meeting. The front office supposedly cooked up. It had way less team bonding energy and way more HR intervention before someone files a lawsuit vibes. You can just picture it. A bunch of athletes sitting in folding chairs in a circle while a franchise rep says, "Okay, let's share how it made us feel when Angel Reese called you washed." Because what do you even say in that moment? Courtney Vandersloot, who has been playing professional basketball since before TikTok was even a thing, has to sit there and listen to a rookie suggest she's basically the WNBA version of an expired carton of milk. Hailey Van Lith, who just came out of a college career where she was marketed like a Disney princess with a jump shot, now has to accept that her own teammate thinks she's incapable of winning anything bigger than a holiday tournament. Rachel Bannum, who already gets treated like the punchline of WNBA Twitter every time she checks into a game, had to hear her name specifically dragged into the mud. This wasn't criticism, this was targeted shade disguised as honesty.
Now, the ironic thing about the Indiana Fever and the Sky is that the WNBA commissioner, Cathy Engelbert, she started this thing called Rivalry Week, of which the parameters pretty much put the Sky and the Indiana Fever as rivals. And obviously the two players being the rivals are Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Now, Angel Reese has actually only played one game against the Fever, and she missed 2 games due to a back injury, and this will be her 3rd game that she misses against.
And then, of course, comes the apology tour. You know, that always convenient, always predictable. I didn't mean it like that, y'all. It's basically the basketball equivalent of when a celebrity tweets something offensive, and then 12 hours later, posts that Notes app screenshot complete with the phrase, "I'll do better." Angel Reese didn't even wait for the weekend before switching gears and suddenly talking about how her words were misconstrued, right? As if calling out your teammates by name, position, and even expiration date is just one giant misunderstanding, like she thought she was ordering at a restaurant and accidentally roasted her entire team instead. Now let's talk about Ariel Atkins, who became the human shield of this whole operation. Ariel really tried it, didn't she? She rolled out the sympathy carpet for Angel Reese like she was defending a royal family member. She hit us with the whole "she's just a 23-year-old kid. She's carrying so much. The crown is heavy" routine. A crown? No. This isn't the coronation of Queen Elizabeth. This is a 930 basketball team that can't win a road game to save its life. If that crown is feeling heavy, maybe it's because it's made out of all those turnovers and missed defensive rotations piling up every single week.
This just in, Angel Reese is just back to being, and make no mistake about it, she can come out and say that she apologizes for the way that people took the comments that she made, but her comments were pretty...
The irony here is so thick you could practically butter it on toast. Angel Reese is out here demanding great players around her while simultaneously shrinking the pool of people who would ever even want to play with her. Because let's be real, what star free agent wants walk into a locker room where your own teammate might blast you in the media before you've even tied your sneakers? It's like signing up for a reality show without any of the paycheck or the glam squad. And the Chicago Sky front office, man, what were they thinking? They probably thought drafting Angel Reese was going to be a marketing slam dunk. Ticket sales, jersey sales, social media buzz. Instead, they got the basketball version of a Bravo reality series. Teammates subtweeting each other in press conferences, rookies feuding, and coaches aging 5 years after every post-game. This isn't a team, it's a soap opera with a shot clock. And let's not ignore Tyler Marsh either. Poor rookie head coach, bright-eyed, probably thought he was going to come in, install some cool offensive sets, and slowly build a winning culture. Instead, he inherited a 9-30 disaster, had his authority publicly questioned by his own player, and now gets to referee locker room group therapy session. It's like being hired as a chef at a struggling restaurant, only to discover the kitchen is on fire and the waitstaff is throwing plates at each other.
Baby, one thing Angel Reese knows how to do is get the internet going. For those that don't know, an article was released today by the Chicago Tribune featuring Angel Reese, and she was basically just talking about the state of the Chicago Sky, her hopes in the offseason, and basically just putting pressure on the front office in regards to building a championship team around.
But maybe the funniest part in all of this is just the huge comparison between what the league wanted and what they actually got. The WNBA clearly wanted Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. You know, the rivalry to save women's basketball. They wanted those games to feel like Ali versus Frazier with ponytails. Instead, what they got was one real matchup and a whole lot of drama featuring suspensions, injuries, and players getting slapped around like it's amateur wrestling night at the YMCA. This wasn't a rivalry, it was a blooper reel with a marketing campaign slapped on top. And Angel Reese herself, she's unintentionally proving the critics right every single time she opens her mouth. Michael Jordan didn't go on live TV in 1986 and say, yeah, I'd win a title if Scottie Pippen wasn't such a bum. He just played his way into dominance. Angel, on the other hand, seems way more interested in theatrics than actual box scores. And about that slap on Aaliyah Edwards, it's hilarious how quickly fans picked sides. Half of them swore it was just competitive fire. The other half called it an unprovoked cheap shot. But let's be honest, it was somewhere in between. Angel didn't full-on swing like she was trying to headline WrestleMania, but she also didn't just lightly brush past her. That was a good solid backhand that had "Don't mess with me" written all over it. And then Aaliyah Edwards. She sold it like she was auditioning for a soap opera. If there were an Oscar for Best Flop, she'd have it locked up.
All right, Black and White sports supporters. Well, my goodness, I decided to take a few hours off yesterday afternoon prior to the start of the NFL season tonight, knowing I'm about to be pressed into action as if I wasn't already. The NFL returns tonight. Praise baby Jesus. But I'm out of it for a few hours. And I get online this morning and I find out that Angel Reese has, for lack of a better way of putting it,
of course, the league couldn't ignore it. Suspensions absolutely had to happen. But here's where it gets hilarious. Angel Reese sitting out means one less Caitlin Clark versus Angel showdown. And wasn't that the whole entire point of this circuit? The WNBA's biggest matchup just evaporating into thin air faster than Chicago's playoff hopes. It's like the league bought front row tickets to their own Super Bowl, only to find out the teams cancel. Meanwhile, the fans are stuck watching a 9-30 team try to convince itself that it's just one piece away from contention. Newsflash, you're absolutely not. And while she's busy trying to recruit great players, other stars are looking at the sky like, yeah, I'll stay where my teammates don't roast me in the media, thanks. Because make no mistake, that reputation spreads fast. Today it's Rachel Banham and Haley Van Lith. Tomorrow it's any other teammate unlucky enough to share a locker room with her. If Angel keeps this up, she's gonna turn into the player everyone loves to watch but no one actually wants to play with. A highlight reel with no chemistry. A stat sheet with no rings.
And I get online this morning and I find out that Angel Reese has, for lack of a better way of putting it, shit all over her teammates. Or as some people might call it, drown her teammates. And ooh, her teammates are none too happy, nor should they be.
And here's the ultimate punchline. After all the talk about heavy crowns, misunderstood language, and endless excuses, the scoreboard still screams 9-30. That's not bias, that is reality. Spin it however you want, throw in pressers, team meetings, or carefully worded statements, but the bottom line doesn't change. The Chicago Sky are flat out bad, because until Reese quits swinging at opponents and starts actually addressing her own flaws, this saga won't evolve. It'll just grow louder, pettier, and more absurd. If that crown really feels heavy, maybe the real answer isn't Instagram captions or cryptic tweets. It's actually playing basketball. Right now, her dynasty dream looks a lot more like a blooper reel on repeat.